Yes, good morning, everyone. This is Black Spring with Autumn, and I know it's a little bit early. It's a Monday morning, and I just had a few thoughts. I hope you guys are doing well out there and that you've enjoyed whatever of the weekend, or you found some time for yourself, or you found some time to share your time, in ways that will bring you, that'll help you reset for this week. So, with that said, I just wanted to say, I don't know if most of you have seen, Larry Elder has been in social media and on the infamous the breakfast breakfast club. Good morning. And I've watched that interview, and I would say, I think these particular interviews, I can't. It's hard for me to. Charlamagne is, he's very much. I think he's not even a game show host. It's like these Twitter type questions and these. So you know how Black Spring Mobile always gets to be in and out. So either that or they're pulling the strings right now. However, I just find it interesting. If you listen to that interview, you've got Larry that actually has full. Not only is he dealing with facts, or at least things that can be researched, but it becomes a one-sided presentation, because the opposite side, the hosting side, they say the same things over and over again. There's without full thought, not even full expression. It's just combat. One of them, they bring this, what is it, this Teslin Figaro, whatever. I'm not even sure if that's her real name, or if that's her pen name. But it's like, it's getting to be an issue of, you guys notice that they bring out these alpha penis envy type women out to go against another, to rebuttal a lawyer and a judge. And I'm just thinking, and a lot of people in the comment section, you go to the Breakfast Club, oh, I want to applaud the Breakfast Club for bringing Larry Elder on. Well, how about you, why don't you prepare your freaking host to bring somebody on? Instead of patting people on the back like puppies, it would be more impressive if he actually gave a decent interview. He's a monkey is not a freaking he's not a political analyst. He doesn't even give competent interviews. So he rolls out these Twitter questions, and just because he's allowed 15 minutes of live bullshit to bring to people, that they peddle to people that watch the Breakfast Club. That's what they do. So Charlamagne needs an applause for bringing on somebody that's telling the truth, somebody that has somebody that's that's not talking, that's not just rolling out a script. Somebody with life experience, that's had a career, that has seen the inside of the justice system, or the outside of whatever we call the justice system. And to me, they didn't have very much respect for him. You can see they didn't really have a lot of respect for him. And even Larry, I thought Larry Elder handled himself very well, because you could just, you could see, he's firing off. I'm not a person that's really impressed with facts. I mean, I think facts, of course, we need facts. But at the same time, I don't think that everyone subscribing to that the presidential office of the United States is going to save us, or putting somebody else in charge of us is the answer either. To me, town halls and appearances on the Breakfast Club, that doesn't do anything for me. That, he could give a million facts and a ton of logic. I'm still not going to run out here and start donating to anybody's campaign, because that the system that they kept talking about, well, to me, they are the system. They are one facet of the system. The Breakfast Club is the system. That's a facet of the system. But Larry Elder is participating in another facet of the system that's not going to bring about any peace, prosperity, and less tyranny. Because this place is, America, aka, resembles ancient Rome, and it's too far gone. Okay? And everything people talk about Rome, but they don't talk about the decadence. When people make allusions, when they allude to Rome, they talk about, its greatness. But a lot of its greatness was based on illusion. It was based on the crime. It was based on murder. It was based on, it was scandal. So if America resembles that, to me, I don't think that, people saying the right things, that's not the ultimate, that is not the end all be all. And I'm going to say, honestly, they're not going to, it's not going to happen, okay? You could donate 20% of your salary to Larry Elder's campaign. He's still not going to win. He's not going to, quote, win, okay? And and they talked about, the system this, the system that, the system this, the system that. Well, there are multiple systems. They don't realize they're part of a system. That they are a system. They are controlled opposition. Charlemagne and all his friends, they are a system themselves, because they are bought out and controlled. I was gonna say this again. This is, mobile Black Spring. It's either that or they're pulling the strings a little yank me a little bit tighter. So okay, so did he have a couple of good jabs? Yeah, he did. He did, as they say, he did check Larry. Larry did check Charlemagne on his interview with Joe Biden. He did. But at the same time, of course, he's only going to do so much. He's only going to say so much. And then, this was he eventually said, well, what he says. So now you're a moderate, or you're in the middle. Is that what you would? I mean, I don't know. It's like I said, not even a game show host. Charlemagne is. He's not. He's a narcissist to me, and it just keeps going. And then they keep bringing on these women. I find it interesting, and to me, it should be an insult to men. I don't even know if I would take an interview where you keep bringing all these alpha women on, and then you'll bring up, is that Larry? Is that why you don't like to? I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember right off. Is that why you don't like to interview with Black women? You see what I'm saying? They create. The bullies. They've been trained well. I'm not even media trained well. They know how to create. They know how to create conflict inside. They know how to be bullies, and they know how to instigate inside, trying to trigger somebody. But I will say, I think Larry Elder handles himself well, but do I think he's on his way to the office of the presidency? No, I don't. I don't care how many, points he got. It's still not happening, okay? It's still an illusion. It's still, it is what it is. It's not. And the fact that we're all still talking about this office of the presidency, it's, everybody wants to keep it up, keep living in it, keep living the lie. Let me live in my lie. Let me keep living in something that's not really, there's nothing liberating about this. It's in shambles. The country's in shambles. But yeah, I don't know what's going to come up. And then I'm seeing all this stuff about TRU and he's not going to participate in this. And, I don't know. You got to love politics to keep dumping to keep dumping illusion. Let's see. Freedom's March is here. How are you doing? It's been a lifetime. Freedom's March says, what I love people like Larry is when you prove system. Some people say, oh, you don't kill the patient, you just cut off the leg. No, I think the whole patient, the patient himself or herself is toxic. Is so you can't. The whole thing is corrupt. But yeah, I don't know if I told you guys about this. I mean, I'm a fan of, if I can say this, historical fiction, so to speak. But to me, historical fiction to me could almost be real, or maybe some of the people are real, and things that actually occurred, or maybe, but some of the people are fake. So I find we deal with more historical fiction than we realize all the time. Because why? Because somebody has to write. Somebody has these families. And then they so I mean, read another memo. Well, I mean, probably I can't. I don't enjoy people unleashing pit bulls and alpha females. It's really kind of pitiful about the whole this person and that, about the whole this person and that person, and black this and black that, and this is this, and we're not in charge of this, and we're not in charge. I'm not really impressed by any of that. I'm not. I see what people do in as they say, in these streets on a daily basis. That's what I say. But I also don't see, there's nobody at the top that's going to change a damn thing. They're going to just keep pushing these illusions. And to me, I can't say, I do think economics is important. I do respect Thomas Sowell, but like I said, I don't think there's going to be a savior that's going to come around in the name of the president, in the office of the president of the United States, and save anything. That's not happening. That's not, it's not happening. I'm not into those illusions. I'm really not. Who's going to be in there again or not? Who's going to repeat their performance, or who's not, or who's going to come back to the office? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And honestly, to me, I think if Larry Elder and some of these people really want to make a difference, they can start, they probably need to start somewhere else. But politics is not it. If this is a my people kind of thing, it's not going to happen through the office of the presidency. It's not. And this country is not going to be, as a whole, the country is not going to be saved by a president, because it's too far gone. It's been too far gone. There's too many sides. There's too much illusion, too many diversions, too many, it's all going down. It resembles ancient Rome too much to me. And I can't see any, I don't see any, there's no way out of it. I mean, like I said, pretty soon we're all going to be, this border situation, which I don't see any end to that either. I really don't. And a lot of people like to try to, oh, well, so they do the work that these people don't want to do. And da, da, da. Well, people have always had to work. You're going to have to work. I don't see how you're not going to work. If they send everybody, to me, they want to send everybody to the house, is what they're getting ready to do. The CV-19 narrative is ramping back up. And I've said to you guys on this show many times that I didn't think that was far from over. And I meant that. And it's just like seasonal, like cyclical. It will be used, just like these elections. The CV-19 will be in the cycle as well. You'll have a season of that. They have flu seasons. We have more seasons than they're willing to admit. So I don't know. I don't know. But I guess, to me, if you are doing what you need to do, then to me, some of this stuff is not gonna. It's gonna affect you. Yeah, at the gas pump economically, it's gonna affect you at the gas pump. It's gonna affect you at the grocery store. I played those little narratives. I have a new one actually to share with you guys. And shout out to Anarchy Television for sharing that artist piece with me. That was very apropos. But in the big scheme of things, it's really you're not gonna be thwarted 100%. But you've got to do something you got to do something to prepare, and you got to endure and prepare at the same time. So yeah, like I said, I don't know. I don't care who they trot out for the presidential election. None of this stuff even matters. None of it. And another thing they brought up a lot about the FBI, but where's the FBI going? They're not going anywhere. It just doesn't, who shot John every Sunday? That is not, that's not it. That's not it. It's not it. And they'll put another Biden in there. They'll put another TRUMP in there. And then things will be, it'll be, they want to create the illusion that this country actually has a balance of power or checks and balance. And it's not. It's not. It doesn't. It doesn't. It's on paper. I mean, but it's not. But if we're not actually living by these things, people bring up the Constitution all the time, and people bring up the Bible. A lot of people, they're not living by these things. There's not a living example of these things. If you don't have a lot of that, it's what do you have? And I'm not trying to mix the two, but I'm just saying you don't have a lot of people. This country is not exactly abiding by the Constitution. Most people are not exactly following the good book either. So I'm just saying, you're not gonna have, when nobody's really following, when nobody's really following any of these things, it just doesn't, it's hard to, you just kind of get further and further away from it. And we're further and further away from any type of values, moral decay, you name it. You name it. And to me, what they've done to the female image in the Black community, to me, is more disgusting than anything. Pitting females against men on talk shows, putting people in office just because of what's between their legs. That's all pathetic to me. But it's all to me. But I also see these things. If you look at there's natural things going on, and I think there's some unnatural things going on right now. But it's all destruction is the biggest, is where it's going. It's all destruction. It's all to, you know, to me, to me, the system is very abstract. So one person throws it out, it's almost disingenuous to me to even use that. It's like a boogeyman. You can't pin him down. You can't arrest him. You can't kick him in the butt. But everybody throws it out. System, 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 system. Down either. You keep feeding it. In order for a system to continue, you have to keep giving it things, right? You have to keep feeding systems. Like you have to keep feeding fear. You have to keep feeding politics. You have to keep feeding these narratives, keep feeding these illusions. And it goes and you keep it alive. As long as all of these systems are alive, these ideas are alive, it's gonna continue to be a mess. You know, I but it's like I said, I'm not really, I don't know. I'm not going to say like these quote conservatives. Oh, they're excited about this candidate. They're excited about that. Or excited about what? More illusions? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know what's your definition of a system. The Breakfast Club, my friends, that's a system. That's a system that that sustains the bigger system. So I don't know, let me know what you think. There have been systems for a long time. And we're feeding systems that don't even actually do anything for the people. We don't. It doesn't. It's a chained. We're chained to these systems because somebody keeps feeding them. The beast system is being fed all the time. Guess who? We're feeding it, the beast system. So I don't know, let me know what you think. I don't know. Elderberry for everybody. CV19 season is back. Elderberry for everyone. All right, guys, I'm gonna get off. I appreciate you guys for coming in, for burning a whopping 26 minutes and 40 seconds, cooking Inamo, Freedom's March. Yeah, I mean, I like entertainment. I don't have to be entertained. That's not the system has got us thinking that we need to be entertained on every minute of every hour, and that's exactly what they've done with social media. That's why our kids, their attention spans are shorter than ever. You got about 15, 30 seconds to get your point across. That is a system. Okay. And give you a little preview. I think the next in studio stream that I do will probably be on the robot nurses. I mean, they're just in time, right? For the CV19 season. For the season. The reason for the season is the system. All right, guys. Have a great start to your Monday. Bye for now.